back from football or something?
Yeah, I dropped some off.
Coach, Boilermakers, what challenges do they present?
The next opponent, and we all know that we got to be ready to go. And the funny thing about wrestling, it's not a 60-minute contest. It's a 7-minute brawl, and then we start again, we get another 7-minute brawl. And that's a great recipe to put fans in the stands, especially being home now again. It's been a while.
Speaking of fans in the stands, obviously kind of a unique evening Friday night with the women's.
Yeah, that's good, and we welcome them here, and you know, Steiner's a Hawkeye, and so the tradition isn't lost on him and his experiences. He remembers them well. So, you know, add the fact that in April there's the Olympic trials here, and it makes a good case for them to come here and train. And it's going to add to our event, but at the same time we have 10 weight classes that we got to really focus on. We've done a pretty good job so on and so forth as far as continuing to put ourselves in a national conversation at every weight. And what I mean by that is, you know, you look at 141 and 165, you know, they're maybe making improvement. And that's not just me talking from a wishful thinking point of view, but also, you know, seeing real progress. And got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
What do you think it's really going to take the sport of women's wrestling to make a jump to the Division I level? You know, to be considered, you know, every
Well, I think anything like that makes a case for itself with excitement. And, you know, the World Championships being in Las Vegas this year with the results they had in the last match where, you know, Lee Jane's provisor had to win a bronze medal to put the women in the top 3 as a team, which means that as a team you're the bronze medalist, which is a big deal in international competition. That was a big step, and it was pretty exciting, and I was there and saw it. 2 world champs too, Morales and Gray. So I think you take the natural steps where it becomes exciting. There's conversation. You keep chipping away. There's, you know, what is it now? Maybe just under 2 dozen maybe comes to mind where there's college programs, women's college programs. As far as Division I think you're probably ways away, but, you know, keep doing what you're doing and good things will happen.
You guys have
Which is at 41 on Friday and Sunday. Are you any closer to clarity there with who your guy is at 41?
Yeah, 2 big matches at 41, 2 big matches at 65. You know, we got Welsh from Purdue, and then we got a guy that beat us in the Midlands from Nebraska. So both those weights, coincidentally or not, we have 2 guys in the conversation there. You know, Topher Carton and Brody Grothus, and then at 65 we have Patrick Rhodes and Burke Paddock. So, you know, coincidentally or not, you may see 2 different guys wrestle those events at each weight.
Is there a drop dead point where you say, I want to have a starter determined?
This conversation is kind of a rerun of the past, and with me, it's not a controversy. To me, it's right now things are starting to become clear, and that's important. Keep doing what you're doing. And the biggest message that I give to our guys individually is this is not about being in the lineup. This is about performing at your highest level in the competition arena. When the referee's there and there's an opponent from a different institution. That's what this is about. And sometimes we get guys that take ownership of that class, and that's their goal because this is such a storied tradition. But you can't forget why it's a storied tradition. It wasn't or hasn't or didn't become a storied tradition because guys were excited to be in the lineup, and that's where it ended. It's a storied tradition because guys whipped some serious tail and, you know, owned some pretty exciting moments in the history of the sport at the collegiate level. And, you know, going back to why Steiner's here, that's why he's here. And that's why the trials sells out. And that's why the trials come back from 2012 to 2016. That's why they're in Iowa City again. That's why you can get 14,000 people in a dual meet here every year. And that's why you get 42,000 people in this football stadium. And That's what we can't lose sight of as a sport as well, is the rules, the excitement factor, and how do you promote the sport. And you have to keep it moving forward that way, that direction.
You mentioned getting better at all 10 weight classes. What grade where your team's at now, midpoint in the season?
I don't know. What's the possibilities? So, how do you grade that? I don't know. I know that I like this team. I know I wouldn't trade anybody on this team for anyone across the country. And we got some great guys that have a lot of work to do.